Today I'm showing you the recipe of a traditional East European honey cake. Originally, honey cake is not too easy to make and it's quite time consuming. But in this video we're making it simpler and without losing original flavor. First things first, take a small saucepan and heat some cold butter and any type of honey you have. Make sure there is nothing but honey in it. Heat it until hot but not boiling, and add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Basically, this is the secret of honey cake intensive taste. Soda reacts with other 2 ingredients when heated, which really brings up the richness and the flavor. Actively stir on low heat for 30 seconds and cool down to room temperature. While it's cooling down, take 3 smaller or 2 larger eggs and whip them with a pinch of salt, sugar, and vanilla. This step is not according to traditional recipe. We are doing it to make it closer to a sponge cake than to a shortcake. You're free to add some spices or citrus zest. Whip until fluffy and lighter in color. There is no need to whip it like for a sponge cake fluffy. That's how butter and honey look like. Gradually mix them with flour and eggs, adding one after another. Using whole wheat flour is possible as well. Mix just until combined with a whisk or a mixer. That's the consistency we're looking for, unlike the original recipe, which requires rolling and cutting the dough as a cookie dough. Spread the butter over some parchment paper or a silicone rug. My baking sheet is 40 by 25 centimeters. Yours might be smaller too. Bake the cake for 10 minutes at 175 Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit. Time to make quick and simple cream. No buttercream today. 300 milliliters of whipping cream, also some icing sugar, and flavorings to your taste. Whip it until it looks like this, and use 350 grams of sour cream. Mine has no modifying starch, however take any thick sour cream you like. Just a quick good stir, and that's it. Make sure the consistency is not too thick, not too runny, but light variations from my cream are okay. When the cake is baked, divide it into 3 or 4 smaller layers. Cut off the uneven edges and save them for later. If you have a smaller baking tray, you can cut it lengthwise and in half, so the layers are thinner. For extra moist dessert, which I recommend, make a simple 1-to-1 sugar syrup. Just some warm water, sugar, and lemon juice for balance. Assemble your cake using or not using a piping bag, that's up to you. Don't forget to cover the sides with leftovers. To talk about leftovers, remember the cake edges we saved? Use a kitchen processor to make crumbs, or put them in warm oven to dry. Use a roller in a bag, or just your hands. Doesn't need to be perfect. Now simply cover the edges while cream is still sticky, and sprinkle the top. This is the original way of decorating a honey cake. It's easy and no stuff is needed. Obviously decorate it according to your preferences. Important step is to let the cake sit in your fridge for at least 4 hours. Better overnight, so cream has time to soak the cake layers well. Honestly, I like the honey cake more on second or even third day when it's softer and moist. You really have to try honey cake, which is nothing like heavy cake with buttercream and a ton of sugar. Plus, that's actually quite fast and no special skills are required. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you ever tried a honey cake? Thanks for watching, bye!